2023 9. Today topic we need to cover conditional statement. Second one we will cover looping statement. Then we will discuss about control statements that it belong to basically loop. These 3 points we will cover today. So these all 3 points are very important, and this is important in all programming languages, not only in the Python. Either you are studying in the Java language, C language, C++, PHP, C Sharp, Pascal, Fortran, any languages, if you are going to work. So in all programming languages, these statements will be available. So the logic will be same there. Only the difference is the syntax. At all places where the condition we need to apply, same condition will available in Python also. What type of the loopings are there, but the concept of the looping will be same here. Maybe the syntax will be different here, and maybe one loop will be available here, or one loop may not be available. Okay, but the logic will be same in all programming languages. So first of all, we will start from the conditional statement. Okay, what is the meaning of the conditional statements? So with the help of this name, we can identify there should be some conditions. Some conditions means, for example, in India, if we want to take, we want to make our driving license, our age should be more than 18 years. Means there is a one condition here. And if our age is less than 18, then we are not able to apply for the driving license. So here, our age should be greater than 18. How we will validate a person age is greater than 18 or less than 18? For this, there is a few syntax are available here in the Python, and that is if all available in all programming languages. In all programming languages. And this is also available in all programming languages. Only the changes are here. In some programming languages, we are using elif, but here in Python, we need to use elif. When we apply more than one condition, at that time we use if, elif, comma statements. Here, one thing is also very important to understand. In other programming languages, when we define any conditional statement or either any looping statement or either functions, either defining the classes, we use their curly braces for define the body of class. Define the body of a statement. Either it will be any statement, either conditional statement, either looping statement, either functions, or either class. But here in Python, no need to use these curly braces for define the body. What is the meaning of the body? Body means here, here I explain you. Oh, I need to create a new one, I think. Okay, here we need to go straight. So for example, here this one we are using in all programming languages for defining the body. Means if we are writing any code here, okay, we need to put inside a body like this. So in other programming languages, when we are giving this curly braces, so it will treat as this belongs to a particular. So this line of the codes, what the line of the code we have written here, this is belongs to this curly brace, means this is the body of this function. Okay, or either anything we can define here. Either it may be a conditional statement, either it may be a loop statement, Either it may be a functions, like in other programming language, we are using the functions there. For some places some places functions. It depends. In other programming languages, we define curly braces in C, C++, PHP, Java at all places. But here we don't need to use curly braces. So what the advantage is, we don't need to use any extra things here. So for removing of these, here it's available indentation. Indentation is a very important part. What is the meaning of indentation? When we define anybody, like if we have written here if, okay, after then we can give here the condition. For example, age is greater than 18. So if we want to define the body in other programming languages, like we are, who knows about C and C++, other programming languages, then you can see you are applying in this condition. Okay, then we are giving this else, then we are giving this. So from this if to this else, this is the body. What the command, what the code you will write here, what the command you will give here, it will execute only when this condition will be true. Okay, the same logic will be implemented here also in the Python. Only the difference is here. If we define here, only we need to give here if keyword, then we need to give one white space. After then we need to give age, then greater than what the condition we need to apply here, we need to give. After then colon. When we are using conditional statement, when we are using looping, when you are using function, we need to use always colon. Okay, so after then we need to press enter and then we need to give one tab space. Right now it's showing here a very bigger, but when we come in the programming language, yeah, here in the IDE, then it will be easy to understand. So here we are discussing about conditional statements. So here if we have given age equal to 18, now we want to check if age is more than greater than 18, then we need to show the message you are eligible for DL. If the age is less than, then we will show a message you are not eligible for the DL. Okay, so we need to apply the logic here if, then we need to give your age, then comparison operator. I think you all are remember these things. These operators we have already discussed. These are the comparison operator. Now we need to give what the value we want to define. We can define here also. Okay, and we need to give here this one. After then, when you enter here, automatically after giving the colon, when you press the enter, automatically it will give you a one tabbing space. For example, if I remove this one, okay, then what will happen? It will throw an error in Python, because when we are defining anybody of the conditional statement, loop, functions, classes, we need to press one tab space. Okay, when you are using this, after giving the colon, when you press the enter, automatically it will give you a one white space. This is a one tab space. Tab space always vary according to the IDE also. Here basically we are giving a 4 space. Automatically it will be set by the IDE. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can understand. The standard tab space is always in all places. It's a 4 space by default. Okay, so 1 4, so you don't need give one by one. So if you are giving in 1 2 3 4 5 or 1 2 3 4 using the tab space, it will be a wrong. This is not a standard. You need to press the enter here after just giving the colon, or either you need to press a tab. One tab space is a one indentation. It will give the instruction to the Python compiler. This is the body of this if condition. So here now we need to give anything here. So we can give here a print. We want to show display some message on the screen. So we can give here you are eligible for driving license. Now we need to give here, then else either what happened, either you are not eligible for driving license. Now if we execute this program, you are not eligible. Why? Because 18 is not less than 18. Means we need to apply here this comparison operator also, including the equal to. Then it will print the actual value. Now you can see here you are eligible for driving license. Means according to the requirement, we need to apply the comparison operator here. So here it's greater than or equal to, means if the person is 18 years old, then he is also eligible, or either he 19, 18, 19, more than 18, any age, then he will be able. So with the help of this, you can understand where we are implementing only a single statement, not more than one statement. This is a single statement, okay? One if, one else. So what will happen? Either it will be true or either it will be true. What's happening here? When we, this is also important thing, we need to understand these things. In all programming languages, when we execute or when we run the program, execution of program is always top to bottom order. Always remember this thing. Top to bottom order means when we execute this program, what will happen? That first of all, the control will come on this line number 1. So it will understand with the help of this 3 colon, the compiler will understand this is a comments given here. So with the help of this, the compiler will not execute this line or it will not throw any error also. So from line number 1 to 3, it will automatically escape by the Python compiler. Now the control will come here on the line number 4, here line number 4. So age will be 18, means the 18 value will be assigned to this variable. After then the control will come here in if on the line number 5. So here line number 5, what's happening? So it will be checked with the if is a keyword in the Python to use for the conditional operator. So here it will check with the compiler if age is greater than equal to 18 or not. If it is true, then it will come the control inside this body of this if statement. We can give the more than one body line also. What the thing we need to define here? It will only execute when this condition will be true. If the condition will be false, then it will be not false. And after then it will come here, it will print on the screen. If this is not true, then what will happen? Then it will come here. So you can see here in the other programming languages, we are using the semicolon for termination of the statement. But here in Python, we don't need to any additional termination character to execute any Python program. So this is easy and it's also lesser line of the program also. So with the help of this, we can do this one. If we want to use more than one if statement, then we can also use this statement. So what is the syntax here? If we can give, so for the understanding of this, if, then we are using here condition. Then we need to give a colon. Then we need to a statement, what the statement we want to print anything, but the logic we want to implement in this body, we can define here. After then we need to give else. Then we don't need to give anything. Then we need to give again a statement. This is the syntax of the if statement. So this is a not a single condition. Okay, if we want to apply multiple condition, then what we can do here? For this we need to use elif. Then we need to then we need to give this one. So how many limits of this elif we can use? We can use any number of elif, okay? But this is not a good practice if you are giving more than 5 or 6 or 10. If the condition is going more than 5 and 6, then we need to apply some other logic. Like in C, we are using the switch case there. Because when we are giving the multiple condition here, the execution of program will be very slow. Why? I explain you also. We can give this one. We can give this one also. Okay, but this is not. But this is not good. Like here we have one statement, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 condition we have given. There is no any standard way how many things we need to use. Or 4, 5 is sufficient. Not go with more than this statement. Okay, always try to use lesser to lesser conditional statement. 4, 3, 4, 5 is sufficient. Not go more than this one. So now if we want to use this type of syntax, how we will use this one? So we can search here. We can run a program here. So a equal to and comma b equal to 10 comma 20. Okay. Now we are giving here. We need to apply a two logics here. So with the two variable we can't do. So C also we are applying here, and I am giving here 30. If A greater than B, and this is a logical operator we have already discussed, and or not. And if we, and one more thing here, we have applied only a single condition. We can apply more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any number of condition we can apply. Okay, but when we are using any number of condition here, we need to use here a logical operator, means either and or either not, means if the both condition will be true or either single condition will be true. Let me check here also. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, and one second, here we can apply A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then we can check. A is greater than A and B and C. Okay. Here we can apply elif B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Then we can print here B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Third condition, what will happen here? We can apply multiple condition here also. Okay. So now what will happen here? So only last statement. Multiple condition we can bind here also. Now if we execute the program, what will happen? So the A will be replaced with this 10, B is replaced with this 20. The what will happen? This condition is a false. Means if when we are applying any AND operator between two conditions, it means this is a logical operator. Both condition, when it will be true, then it will be true. This is the logics of the AND operator. Both condition, how many condition we are giving here, it should be true. But here between these two condition, it's this one also true, this one also true. And we can apply here other condition also. Like if we want to apply any other OR operator, then we can also apply. So here what will happen? Because this is false, so it will not go in this one. Now it will check B greater than A and B greater than C. So here it is also false. See, B is not greater than B. What the value of B? B is 20 and A is 10. Then this condition is true. When B is 20, C is 30. This condition is a false. So it will not come here also. Now automatically what will happen? What the third condition? C is greater than A and B is true. So automatically it will execute here. So now you can see C is greater than A and B. And now if I implement this 100, then what will happen? Then you can see A is greater than B and C. Okay. So how many condition we need to apply here? We can apply, not an issue. Any number of the condition we can apply here. Okay. Now, so when we do the program, when we do the practice of the list and tuple dictionary, then we will go use this more and more the conditional statement. Only here we need to understand how we need to define a conditional statement in the Python. This is the syntax. Now we need to move looping statement. Looping is a very important in all programming languages. Why we use looping? Loop statement. Loop statement. So loop statement means when we want to do anything in a repeated manner. We want to do anything in display one by one, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Like, for example, we want to make a table of 2. So we have a table of 2 till 10, 2 to 1, the 2 to the 4, such type of thing. Repeated elements we want to go and 10 times. Okay. So how we can use? So before this one, we need to understand some points here also. So first of all, how many loops are available here? So we need to understand what is loop. A loop is a statement that give us the permission. So allow us to to execute a statement. A statement multiple times or many times in a repeated manner or in a repeated manner. At a time we will use a loop. Okay, so how many types of loops are available in Python? Generally, if we are when we are coming from the C background, then there is a for loop, while loop, do while loop. But here in Python only we have a two loops, either for loop, either while loop. So there are two loops in the Python. One is a for loop, second one is a while loop. Generally, the syntax always written in the programming language in a small letter, not in a capital letter. So here, if we want to print, I want to print this one, okay? For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, like this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to print this one, or either I want to print this one, 12, 14, 16, 15, and 20. These value I want to display on the screen. For this, what we need to do? So here what's happening, in a previous class, we have already someday we have discussed about range. So here when we are working with the loop in the Python, range is a very important function that is available in Python. Basically, it returns the sequence of number. Returns the sequence of number. What thing it will return? So for example, if we are storing a var, for example, here I am giving the range. The syntax of the range is range, start, stop, and step. So start means from which value we want to start. What is the last value we want to execute the values, and what is the step here? If we are not giving any step, by default it's single step. These two things are compulsory. These two, start, stop is compulsory. This is an option. Step is an option. Step is an optional. If we have not defined a step by default, if we have not defined a step by default, it will take one value. One by one, it will be increment. So if I define here 0, 1, 10, then what will happen? So we can print this value also. Where? So you can see it's starting the range from 1 to 10. What is the use of the 1 to 10? When we apply this with the loop for I in, where we can also put here directly, we can because we have already defined here, we can put var also. Okay, first of all, we do the var. Then we print here I. Then what will happen here? You can see. So we have already discussed, it will start from 1, but it will go always -1. So it will be always here, stop value will be always -1. Stop always will a -1. And by default value, we can also give here a without this one also, like a range here we have given now. So without this, we can also give like only a stop we can give. Then what will happen? You can see also here. Only one value given. Okay. So then if I print this one, where now I'm giving the comment of this one. Then you can see it's default starting from 0. So means the compulsory, so start and step is an option. Start and step is an option. Is optional. Okay. Only one value is important. Stop is a always we need to give. When we have not defined, when we are defining any single value inside a range function, by default it will start from the, when we define only stop value, means the last value. By default it will start from 0. So three things we need to define as a standard: start, stop, and step. If we have not defined a step, by default it will take one value. It will increment one by one. When we have not defined a start, it will by default start from the 0, and what the value it has given, it always go -1. Okay, so you can see here also it's displaying when we have defined here 10 value. So you can see here it's a 0 to 10. Okay, when we execute, now here again you can see it's starting from 0, but it's printing till -1, because it is what the value we are passing it always given -1. Okay, why? Because it always by default value start from 0, so it always given -1. This is the given to the compiler. According to this, the compiler has been designed. Okay, now the lines are coming here in a always in a new line. So by default, what's happening here? Okay. So by default, what's happening here, when we are passing the print statement, it automatically give after the execution of this command, after the execution of this function, by default it will send the compiler on a new line. If we want to give not on a new line, then we can give here int equal to this one white space we have given. If I will not give any space, then you can see what will happen. So it will come in this 1 2 3 4 5 6 after then range, because after then the next statement will come in a, it will not come in a new line. So for example, if I am giving here a print and multiply 20, we have already seen it will print 10 times. So you can see here it's printing from here. Why? Because it's we have done this one int. Okay, if we give here, if we don't want to give anything here, automatically it will come. Then you can see here it's coming on the new line. So we have given here this int is a function, predefined keyword in the Python for giving the instruction to the print statement to the compiler. We does not want after the execution of this line, the control should not be go on a new line. Okay, if we give here one white space, then you can see here it is giving the printing the value from this matter. In this manner it is printing. The same way if we use here also, so now you can see here it's coming from 0 and it's coming from the 1. Now like we want to print we have already given, now we want to print this statement like 2 to 20. So in that case here we can do what, if and one more thing here, we don't need to use this one here, we can directly use here also. Okay, no problem. Here we can directly. So if we given here from 1 to 10 and we want to step 2. So what will happen if I print this one? So it's coming 1 3 5 7 9. So it's increment 1 by 1. Okay. So if we are giving here, so what will it will start from? It will start from the, okay, take once again. So what will happen? It will start from 1 and it is giving 2 by 2. So for example, if we have given here 20, or either we need to start from 2, then we need to give here, then you can see here it's coming 2 to 18. So if we give here 22, so we can achieve the 2 table directly with the help of this one. If we want to make the payment, we can do this one in a different manner also, like this one. If we want to give like 1, and then we need to go 11, and we don't need to give this one. Then what we can do here, I multiply 2. In this way also we can achieve. Okay, in this way we can also achieve, like what we have given here. It will start from 1, it will go till 10, and what the value it will come from this range function. It will come one by one automatically. It will assign this variable. So when the control will execute, what will happen? It will come the for loop. First of all, it will come for the for loop. Then you can understand here, when you move your mouse and stop on the for loop, then you can understand this, the logic behind, the algorithm behind this for loop. Okay, you can understand the for statement. The for statement is used to iterative over the elements of a sequence. What the sequence we have passed in the range function. Okay, here like range function we are using 10, then print I, then I equal to 5. So according to this, you can understand here also any condition we need to apply, we can apply also. Okay, so now if we want to print some 3, like here we have done this one. Now if we use 3, then what we can do, if we give here 3 and we want to take the print the table of 3, then we can print 3 here, and then you can see what's happening here. So we need to give this one. Now you can see it's starting from 3 but 21 because 22 has given. If we want to go till 33, we need to give here. Okay, this is not the standard way. Okay, if we want to print the loop, so what the standard way, we need to give 1 here, then we need to give here 11, then we don't need to give this one, and we need to apply the multiplier. This is the standard. So it will print the 3 table. So when we come in the interview side, very important thing in the fresher level, they are asking the pattern. In the interview, they will ask the pattern. What the pattern they need to ask? So right now we are only discussing with the single loop here. So nested loop is also possible. Like nested condition, I have not applied here. And let me explain one more thing here. Nested condition also. 1 second. So like this is a single multiple condition, but this is not nested. So nested condition is also possible. Nested condition, and same way we have a nested loop also. What the meaning of the nested condition? The meaning of the nested condition means, for example, we have given this statement. Okay, inside this one again we have given this one. Okay, this is possible. And is inside this if statement or either else statement, if we want to give, we can give here also. This is a nested condition. Okay, so means here if here we can, because we are, and always remember this comparison operator greater than, less than, we can't apply with the string. In the string only we can do the equal to operator. Okay, the comparison means the equal to we can check only with this one, but the numeric value we can give the greater than, less than. This is the numerical value. With the numerical value we can apply this these conditions. Okay, but with the string condition we can apply only the comparison. That means we can check the both value will be same, then it will print here. In this way also, like if we apply the 2 condition here nested, we can apply here also. If we want to give, then we can either or and. But if we want to give this one, if India is country 18 years, then India, then we can check. So in this way, we can go in a nested level. Okay, these things we can define. Again, we can define here else also. Anything we can give. Okay, so this is called nested condition. Okay, any level of the condition we need to give. Only you need to always remember after first statement you need to give a one tab here, like you can see here. One tab is here. Again, it will give one tab here. So according to this, we need to give one tab. Automatically, it will treat the body of that above line, what the line we have defined just above. After then, if we have given any tab index, automatically it will treat as a body of that one statement. Okay, the same way, what we can do here in this one, nested loop also. Nested loop is a very important in programming. Like what we can do here, we can do also the same way, like for I in, for example, we are just defining here 10. Okay, I have given here the body. Again, if we have a for j in range 5, for example, if we have given here, and then we need to give here colon. Again, if we want to give a nested for x in range, any value we can go, any level of the nested we can go. Any nested we can go. Maximum we are using the two loops are very important. Okay, and this is many times we will ask in the interview, like this type of pattern we want to create. This is the interview question for a fresher level of person. Sometimes we are asking the question is from mid level of the developer also. They are able to understand this one also. With the help of this, what the meaning of this one? The meaning of this one is, so when we are going in this one, for example, so we can take like we have given here. Now with the help of this, you can understand once again here. I want to give one more space. Actually, we define some bodies there. Actually, no need to define here. I think here we can do. Okay. Now I need to print there. Why I am given this one? Okay. In that way, we can define why I am given this one. Now you will understand. So here, so you understand these two important roles are there: rows and columns. Okay, these two things are very important to understand the loop. The nested loop basically we are using for the rows and columns. So here what the things are coming horizontally, this is the one first row. This is the first row. Like if we explain here, so first of all we are giving this one and this one, then we have here this one. Okay, now we are giving this one. So this is coming in the first loop, first row. First row it's coming, and it's coming in the second row. It's coming in the third row. It's coming in the fourth row. Okay. So first row. This is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row. This is the fourth row, and this is the fifth row. Okay. The same way here in this one, it's coming the column. First column, second column, third column, and the fourth column. So first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. These 5 options are given here. Okay. So in this way, we can understand how many rows and how many columns are here. So you can see here 5 rows and 5 columns. While in the first row, in the only first column, we are printing the value. In the second row, 2 columns value we are printing. In the third row, we are printing 3 column values. In the fourth row, we are printing the four values here. In the fifth row, all columns we are printing the values. So when we go in the pattern, we need to understand these things. Means when we want to print the values, the first of all, always is start. The outer loop will always belongs to rows. And the inner loop, we always give the further columns. Remember. So means, for example, if we want to print this value on the screen, what thing we need to do? So first of all, we need to define 2 loops here. For row in range, we want to give range, automatically it will start from 1, and we need to give till 6, so it will come till 5. And after then for COL column in range, again we need to give 1, 6. So what will happen? Later we will do the modify this code. Then if we print here the value of the, for example, if we are printing the value of the row, okay. So what's happening here? Just you see. So you can see here the values are coming 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 times, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 6 times, then 3, 3, 3, 3, then 4, 4, 4, then 5, 5, 5. All values are coming 5 times, okay. But this is wrong, okay. And if we do this one, int equal to this one, okay. Now if we print this one, what happening? All the values are coming in the single row. Now we want to print this 1 in a single row, 2 in a second row, 3 in a third row, 4th in a fourth row, and 5th in the fifth row. What happening? When the control is coming here in the first loop, it's checking the condition. It will start from 1 to 6. Again, it will come in the inner loop. So now it will come here. The row, what the value of the row? First time its value, but it will start from the 1. So 1 will be printed here. Again, it will go. So like if we do this one, now very important thing you need to understand. First of all, just try to understand the logic. This logic will be always same in all programming languages. First of all, our control is coming here. Okay. So in the Python way, we are understanding. So after then what will happen? It will execute this one 4, and then it will come here. So what the value will be available here? It will start from the 1. It will check 1 is less than 6. What the value we have given? This is a stock value. So it will check 1 is less than 6. It is true. So when the condition will be true, automatically the control will come here inside this one, inner loop. Okay, now it will check for column range equal to 1, 6. What we are doing, again, it will be a 1. This value is a 1, is less than 6. It's true. Okay, when it is true, then again the control will come here in this row. Now the value of row, what the value of row in what the value it is started, it will assign in this variable. Okay, the value of the row is right now 1. Okay, again when it will be executed, it will go the control only at the time when this condition will be false. Right now this condition is not false. After executing of this one, it will check any other body of this define, no define. Automatically control will come here in this. Now the value of call, initially the value of call was what? The value of call was 1. Now the value of 1 will be increment by 1. Now it will not be 1. Now it will be a true. Now it will be a 2. So 2 is less than 6. Now the value will be changed here 2. 2 is less than 6 is true. So again it's coming in this row, and 1 because in row variable what the value is available 1. So it will print up 1. Okay. So in this way it's printing. But what's happening? We want after completion of this value, after completion of this inner loop, we want to go on a new row or new line. So we need to define in this parallel when all the statement will be executed here, then it will go upside. Before going, we want to send on a new line. So for this, what we can do here, we need to give here print only, nothing else. Okay. Now if I print this one, now you can see 1 is coming in this one in a single row, 2 is coming in a second row, 3 is coming in a third row, 4th is coming in a fourth row, and 5th is coming in a fifth row. Fine. So you can understand here. Now you can see here all the values are coming. But why in the first row? In the first row, we want to print only one value, not more than one value. So what the thing we can do here? So we can start this one. Row. So now what will happen? So it will check in the first time what happening. So because either we can do this one row plus one, because why? Because in the current value, row value is also a 1. Okay, row value is a 1. Either we need to start from 0, either we need to give the plus 1. Anything we can do. For example, if we are starting from 0, okay. Now what's happening, you can see. Now this print statement. So what's happening here, I explain you. Now we can show here row variable. It will start from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, column will be changed. Call will be changed. What the value it will give, it will assign one by one. Now, first, when the program will execute, the control will come here. Compiler will check. First of all, it will automatically come in this side. It will check this condition. This is the range function. The by default compiler will understand it should be a start from here, and the stop value is here. So what the value will be a start from 1. When it will start 1, automatically this 1 will be assigned to this variable. Okay. Now it will, the row value is of 1. Now the 1 is less than 6 is true, so it has come here. Now the control will be go inside the body of this inner in this loop. Now it will check the call. Call is starting from 0. What the value of the current of the row? Row is 1. 0 is a less than 1. It's true. So what will be happen? So 0 will be assigned here in this row. But what we are printing, what the value of the row, what the value in the variable row, the value is 1. So automatically 1 will be printed. Okay. Now next time, when it will come after printing of this statement from here, then the control will come here again. Now it will check the value of call will become 0 to 1. Now it will check 1 is less than 1. No, it's false. When the condition is false, automatically it will go upper side. Just complete escape of this one. Automatically it will, according to the column, automatically it will go in a upper loop. It's already designed by the compiler. Automatically it will understand, it will go the upper loop. Now what will happen? Now the compiler will increment the value of the row. What the value of the row now? Now it will become a 2. So 2 will less than 6. It's true. It's true. So now it will come here inside this condition. Inside this condition, now it will again start from the 0. Okay, now it will start from the 0. So what will happen here? So again, the value of column will become a 0. Now the value of row is 2. So it will check 0 is less than 2. It's true. Now it will come here. And because this statement has been completed, so what will happen? Initially, our control was here. When it has false, this statement will be a false. Okay, what will happen? It will come after the completion. When the condition will be false, so automatically it will come inside of this body, because this statement is the body of this loop. Okay, so when it will become there, the control automatically, the control will come here automatically when this statement will be executed. Okay, one second, I need to. Now, when the control will come here in this line, and again it will go upside. Now the value of row is 2. It will come here, and now the value of 0. So what the value of the row? It will be 2. So it will print here 2. Again, it will come here, the control from here. Again, one more time, I will explain this one. So fully, when we will do the coding, then it will be easy to understand. In the initial, it's tough. First time to understanding of these things. Why it's repeating this? My voice. Yes. So now you can see here. So again, second time, so it will what the value of 2. In this way, it will work. I will explain again these statements. Okay, in this way, it will print. So automatically the value will be go. So I have just explained the things. In the coming class also, again, I will explain these things. Again, I will take the class for the loop one more time. And again, I will explain. So what thing you need to go after completion of this class, just take some online videos also, try to understand one more time. Next time, again, I will explain. So it will be easy for you. So in this way, what will happen when we are executing, it is printing this way. Okay, so now I am just giving a few assignment to you. So just try this one. I have already written this program for this one. Now you need to just change the value here. 1, 2, then 2, then 3, 3, 3, then 4, 4, 4, 4, then 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And now the completely different thing. I will explain later how we will do it. So now we are starting from 1, right alignment. Okay. 1, then 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just try to create a program now for these two. I have already given you these hints. Okay. So with the help of only the variable name, if you change now, automatically it will print in this way. So right now we are printing 1, 1, then 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this way we are printing. Just I have asked you to just change this value. In the first row, it will print only 1, second row 2, third row 3, fourth row 4, fifth row 5. Okay, and just try to complete this one also. Okay, so for today, just we have discussed. We have not gone in control statement in the coming class. We again starting from the looping statement, and then we complete in the control statement also. Okay. So now, if you have any